This year, there are a lot of people that want to be more consistent with their hair care regimen. They want to see more growth and retain more length. But one of the things that we tend to overlook is taking down our protective style. When we have our protective style in, we look like gorgeous girls and guys. But when it's time to take it out, we tend to rush through the process and then tear our growth out so we do not see any length. Well, today we're going to talk about how to take it down properly, reduce the breakage, and take care of our ends, those raggedy ends that have been in braids or whatever protective style for a long period of time. So if you want to know how, keep watching. Hello, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am Shukwe for short, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. So as I already said, today we're talking about how to properly take down your protective style. Now, before I cut off the excess braiding hair, what I usually do is take the oil and go down the rows of my scalp of the braids. This not only nourishes the scalp, but it also seeps into the hair and it makes it easier to lose and easier to detangle. So when I'm done with that, I just run my fingers through those rows and massage it in. Then I can go ahead and cut the excess braiding hair. Now, another thing you need, this probably should have been number one, is patience. Please do not lose your hair when you're tired, because you just end up tearing your hair out. Like, leaving your hand up for a very long period of time can be very stressful. If you're already exhausted, if you're already tired, that would just add to the stress, and you will not be patient, you will not take your time. So if there's a movie you've always wanted to watch but you've never had the time, or a podcast you want to listen to, or an audiobook, just set it up now, because it will help time pass faster, and it just helps, because don't lose your hair when you're tired. Simple. You need patience, and these things help. It's very important in styles like braids or stitch back braids with long strands, because the major length of the braid isn't really hard to lose, but because it's very long, it can take time and be quite stressful. So the movies or whatever you're using to occupy your time kind of makes time move faster, and you're less harsh on your hair. I've taken out most of my braids, and now I am going to show you the part I think most people have a lot of trouble with, which is the roots of your hair. So when you have single braids in or stitch braids in like mine, if you're not careful how you take down the braids here, you will be tearing your hair out directly from the roots. So what I do here is the same thing. Take my time. Take even more time than I did while I was loosening the length of the braid, and I use my fingers here. Most people I see use tools, and tools are way harsher than using your hands. So I just go step by step and take down that particular part. I already do not have a lot of edges, so I protect these with my life. Okay, not my life, but like I am very gentle when it comes to this part of the braid, because I can easily tear out my edges, easily tear out my hair from the roots. Okay, you will agree with me that a lot of people lose their patience at this point, because it's like you don't know where to even put your fingers or the tools to lose the braiding hair. But what I'm doing here is holding the roots of my hair, so that when I'm pulling the braiding hair, I don't pull my hair along with it. So I hold the roots of my hair, and I gently just find my way till I get to the very end. As you can see here, I am evidently taking my time. I am not pulling my hair. Honestly, if you want to see growth, this is it. Honestly, you'd have to be patient and you'd have to be gentle, because if you don't, you keep pulling your hair out and you keep complaining that you're not seeing any length, because once you drag your hair from the very roots, it's harder to detangle, and then you have to like pull on your hair or even cut that part off. So it starts from this part, whether you're in box braids or you're in stitch braids. Even if you have cornrows with your natural hair, it still requires you to be very patient and very gentle. I am literally pulling my hair strand by strand from the braiding hair because that is how much I want to retain length this year. If you're not gentle, you will know because you see your hair sticking out from the attachment. So we are done and my edges are safe. Most people I know leave in their protective style for at least a month, and some people even go on for 2-3 months. During this period, we are expected to still maintain a healthy hair routine like oiling your scalp or applying a leave-in to moisturize your hair. But a lot of people do not have that time, e.g. me, or sometimes I just forget, while other people have issues with product buildup. So when you take down your braids, you notice that your hair is dry, brittle, sometimes even matted up. And it is not advisable to go in with a shampoo immediately you take down your protective styles because your hair is already matted up, and most shampoos I know aren't moisturizing shampoos, so it will only strip your hair of even more moisture that you don't have to give, and your hair will be even more tangled, and detangling will be a very stressful process. So what I do is take the oil and the conditioner and I just apply it down the length of my hair. This helps to detangle the matted up parts and gets out the knots and shed hair that has been there over the period of time that I had the protective style in. I know, it looks like so much work. It looks like a lot of things to be doing just to take down your protective style. But like I said, if you want to see more length, if you want to see growth, this is it. It's not hard. It's because I'm explaining. Once you try it once or twice, you get used to it and you see that it's really isn't that stressful, especially when, like I said, you're watching a movie or you're listening to a podcast or whatever. Time just whiles away while you're doing this, and trust me, your hair will thank you for it. You will see growth and progress if you keep at it. So just chill and try it out. It's not so much work. So when I am done with that, I just twist up that strand of hair and get it out of the way, and I move on to the next braid. I think this step was pretty self-explanatory in the previous clip, but let's go over it again. It's just to hold down the roots of your hair so that when you're going through the braiding hair, you're not tearing out your natural hair. So just hold down the roots of the hair, and I find my way to the very front, being gentle and being patient. That's it. And once again, our edges are safe. So when I am done with each section, I go in again with the oil and conditioner, and I go through the length of my hair to get out any tangles, to get out any knots. And our hair sheds every day. I think 10 strands a day. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. So it is pretty normal to see some hair falling out when you are doing this process, and it is better to get out the shed hair because if you leave them in there, they cause tangles, and tangles lead to breakage and to split ends, and then you have to cut it off, and we don't want that. We want to retain length. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget your ends. The ends are the most fragile parts of your hair, so make sure to show your ends some love. Add enough conditioner and oils to the ends of your hair and gently detangle. If you have to remove each strand from a knot, that will be way better because you can just easily take out the hair that's causing the knot or the tangle. So when you do that, you see that it's a very small piece of hair causing the tangle or the knots, and forcefully breaking through that part would have ripped off more hair than is needed. So take your time, be patient, people. I was already so tired by this point, but thank God we are done. It's the next day and I'm preparing to wash my hair. I couldn't wash my hair the previous day because it was already really dark and I was already so tired. So I just took down my twist, and this is what my hair looks like, tangle free and all of my length intact. So that's it, guys. Thank you for sticking around till the very end. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have a different way from mine to take down your protective style, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's all learn. And if you have questions also, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.